Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I really wanted to create a super glam look for you guys, but not using that many products, because I know in so many of my videos I use so many products and I know that's so unrealistic for a lot of you guys. So I thought this would be really fun just to use less products and show you guys that you can look just as glam without using tons and tons of products. Before we jump right into the video, please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for 9k, by the way. I cannot believe I have 9,000 subscribers. Like, it's actually crazy to me how I have 9,000 people that wanted to subscribe to my channel. Like, that, wow. But yeah, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, it's so much to me. I cannot believe. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. And if you guys want to see how I created this look right here, then please keep on watching. So as I probably said in my intro, I am going to be doing a super simple glam look today, where you don't have to use that much makeup and that many makeup products. If you guys watch my videos, you know that I do personally use a lot of makeup products. I probably don't even need to use that much, but I just use so much. If you go down my description, you'll probably see a whole list of products I use. And that's why I really wanted to create this video for you guys today, because I feel like a lot of you will not have that much makeup. A lot of you will not want to use that much makeup, and I thought the perfect product to use for this kind of video is the Deck of Scarlet No. 8 edition palette. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Deck of Scarlet if you haven't heard of them already. They're basically a makeup subscription service. So basically every 2 months you will get a whole new palette which will include all of the products you need to create a full face of makeup. And to make things even better, it's only $29.95 every 2 months, which I think is insane considering you would probably pay that amount for one makeup product, let alone a whole subscription that will give you everything you need. And another thing I absolutely love about this brand is each palette is in collaboration with a beauty influencer or a YouTuber, which I love because each palette is going to have its own little twist depending on what YouTuber or beauty influencer has created it. And I also think it's just such a nice way for YouTubers to be seen and to kind of get their name out there. So this edition is actually by a YouTuber named Kim Tai. I have actually seen a few of her videos. I love her. I think her makeup is incredible and she just has such a warm and bubbly personality. I really recommend going to check her out if you haven't already. She's just so cute. Also, if you are a new subscriber, you don't have to start with this exact palette. You can start with any of the palettes they've previously come out with, which I think is a great thing as well, because if you don't like this palette, if it's not your taste, you can literally choose any of the other palettes that will suit more to you. And you can also get any of the previous palettes or extra items that they do by themselves. You don't even have to be a subscriber. So if you do like the look of this palette, you will be able to buy it separately. There is free shipping in the USA, but they also do ship to Canada and the UK as well. And I do have a special link for you guys if you do want to get 30% off this edition palette. You can go down below in my description and you can find all the links and stuff if you're interested. So now I've told you a little bit about their service, I'm now going to show you what is in this beautiful package. So this is basically what it looks like from the front, and as I open it up, this is what you see. I actually got a little postcard from the team themselves because I was actually sent this really kindly. Then you also get a little postcard thing from Kim Tai herself. She's written a little message there with all of her kind of social medias and everything. So then these are the products right here. So as I said before, you get a palette and it has basically everything you could ever need. So this season's palette comes with 3 eyeshadows, a blush, a highlighter, 2 lip colours, and it also comes with a lip gloss. And by the way, this is the first ever lip gloss that Deck of Scarlet have come out with, which is super exciting. So in today's tutorial, I will be using this palette and all of their little products because I do feel like this is just such an easy way to do makeup. You don't need to have all these products, and I'm just super excited to use it. So as you can see, I've already done my eyebrows. I'm going to go straight onto my eyes as usual. I just prefer doing my eyes first. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is Myth. This is a kind of a brownie transition shade, and I'm going to be taking this on my Sigma E40 brush, and I'm just going to start taking this shade through my crease. I love when a palette has the perfect transition shade because honestly I could not do a look without one. This blends super easily. I'm not like really doing anything, and it's blending super nicely. Right, I'm pretty happy with that so far. I think it's blended super nicely. I really like the shade as well. I think it would look so nice on so many different types of skin tone. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Crown, and I'm going to be taking this on my Sigma E38 brush. That is pigmented. I'm going to start taking this on the outer V of my eye. Oh my gosh, that is so pigmented. I mean, look at that. So I'm taking that on my outer V and then kind of like bringing that up into my crease nice and gently. You don't want to take the product straight in the crease. You want to kind of build it up on the outer V and then take the excess and kind of bring that up into the crease. I honestly was not expecting them to be this pigmented. Like, these are on kind of par with like Anastasia eyeshadows. Like, honestly, they feel so nice and so easy to blend. There's also like no fallout either. Considering how like soft and easily out to blend, there's no fallout, which is so good. I'm going to bring that right into the inner bit as well. Then going back in with the first brush I used, just going to make sure all those edges are blended. And I'm just going to kind of keep building this colour up until I'm happy with it. I am honestly so impressed by this. I was not expecting them to be this good. Like honestly, this is the same kind of texture and consistency as my Modern Renaissance palette, which if you guys watch my channel, you guys know I'm obsessed with that palette, and this is literally the same. I also think the subscription service is so good because it can really take you out of like a rut that you're in with makeup. Like you can try out so many different types of looks with so many different types of colours, and it can really kind of take you out of your comfort zone as well. So if you always struggle with what to do with your makeup, I really recommend this because you're always going to be getting new palettes and new things to try out. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Enchanted. This looks like such a nice, I don't even know, it has like specks of different colours in it. It's like goldy, but it has some pinky bits in it. I'm going to go in with my Sigma E55 brush just to apply this over my eyelid. Okay, I'm going to take my Click and Makeup 007 brush because I think the other one was a bit too big to use. Ooh, oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, this does have a bit of fallout, but I think that's just my fault because I'm super messy with things like this. I'm going to go in with the blending brush and just make sure the middle's blended. I'm going to try and take some of my finger. Oh yeah, I think applying it with your finger is the way forward. That usually is the case with really pigmented glittery shadows. I'm just gonna line my lash line. I'm taking my Clinique Pretty Easy liquid eyelining pen, and I think I'm gonna be taking my Cocoa lashes in the style Amore. These are just absolutely stunning, and I'm gonna go do this off camera because it takes me a while. So I'll just go and apply these and then I'll be right back. Right, so now I'm gonna move on to my face. So I'm firstly gonna be taking some moisturiser. Moisturising is just so important. I'm going to be taking my Skin Kissed Vitamin C Serum. This is just my favourite thing ever, and I'm literally running out. I really recommend this stuff. It's super good for your skin and it's such a good primer. Like, I don't even know how, but my makeup just looks flawless on top. So I'm super pale right now, so I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal True Match Foundation in the shade Ivory. I don't know whether, I'm going to use a sponge today. I haven't used a sponge in ages. This is the sponge from Makeup Revolution. It was literally the cheapest thing ever, and I think I like it as much as the Real Techniques ones. It's really important to spend quite a while on your foundation, making sure that it's all blended in and just looking flawless. I think I probably spend the longest time on my foundation. For concealer, I'm taking my trusty Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Nothing will ever beat this in my opinion. It's just the best thing ever. So I'm going to take this under my eyes, down my nose, forehead, cupid's bow, my chin, as usual, and then blend this all in. I just love the way this concealer looks. It's just so nice. Powder, I'm going to be taking my RCMA No Colour powder. I used to be obsessed with this powder, and then I found other ones and I just stopped using this, but it is so good and really affordable as well. So really recommend trying this out. I would usually use a liquid illuminator for a glam look, but because I'm trying out their highlighter, I kind of want to just see how it looks by itself, just so I can really review it for you guys. I'm just going to briefly set the rest of my face using my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. If you don't like setting your face, you can skip this step out. For me personally, I always have to set my face. Just going to take my L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper and just take this through my brows. I did use my Benefit Browsings and Makeup Revolution brow pomade in my brows today. Let me know if you want me to do like a updated eyebrow routine, because I think my other one's quite out of date and I have kind of changed how I do them. So yeah, let me know if you would like to see that. I'm going to be taking my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow little palette thing just to bronze up my face, because obviously, as I said before, in the palette there's a blush and a highlight, but there's not like a bronzer. So just taking this on a big fluffy brush, I'm taking that around my forehead. This is really expensive, but personally I think it's so worth it, and I have had this for a very long time and it's lasted me. And if you're very fair like me, the lighter version of this is just the perfect kind of colour. Like, it adds colour to your face, but it doesn't make you look too orange or like you've got loads of makeup on, because if you're fair like me, you understand the struggle of finding a like bronzer or contour shade that matches your skin tone and doesn't look so orange. I'm just going to briefly go in with my NYX highlight and contour palette and some of this shade here just to sharpen up my contour, because that's what I'd usually do if I was doing a glam look. I'd have a super sharp contour. Right, before I move on to the kind of face items in the palette, I'm just going to go underneath my eyes. So firstly, going back in with that transition shade and just taking that all across. Then going in with my Sigma E45 brush and the cranberry pinky shade I took. I'm just going to take that closer to the lash line than the other shade. And I'm kind of taking that 3/4 of the way across. And this brush is really good because it kind of like blends out the colour as you go, but like not too much, if that makes sense. Like, it's still very precise as well as blending it. Then going back in with that first brush, just blending that out. Then I'm going to go in with the blush, which is called Tiara, which is so cute. I'm just going to take this up here and then kind of on the apples of my cheeks. That is very pigmented. You don't have to use much at all. I'm just going to brush that out with my powder brush a bit. It's nice though, and it goes really nicely with the eyes. I don't understand how people live without blush. Like, I think it just brings the whole look together. Then going in with the highlights, which is called Fairy Dust. Oh my god, I just love the names of these. This, I don't know if this is going to be my shade. I guess we'll just give it a go. Ooh. I think for my skin tone it's a little dark, but I am very, very fair, so I think it would be like really, really nice on anyone that's like darker than me, which is probably a lot of people. It's really nice and pigmented, and I think it's quite buildable as well from what I can see, which I always love in a highlight because you can wear it quite naturally or you can build up and have such a nice highlight. It doesn't blend as well as I would hope, but I mean, it looks really, really nice. I'm gonna take some above my brows. Yeah, it's super pigmented. I really like that actually. I just wish it was a bit lighter, but for the normal person, honestly, I think it would be super nice. It's just I am super pale. And obviously because there's only one highlight, she's going to have to kind of cater to everyone. So I think the colour is pretty much perfect for that reason. I'm also going to take some of this on my brow bones. Oh, I really like that as a brow bone highlight. All of these products are very powdery. I mean, some people would love that, some people would hate that. I personally don't mind it. But yeah, I thought I would just mention that. I'm also going to take some in my inner corners as well. Right, so then I'm going to move on to the lipstick. So there is a nudie shade and then a more pink, bright pink shade. I think I'm going to go for the nude, as this is quite a glam look. I would personally wear a nude. I'm just going to be taking my NYX retractable lip liner. And then I'm going to be taking my Luella Cosmetics Luscious Lips Lily brush. Ooh. It's very pigmented considering it's one of those lipsticks that's like in a palette. I don't usually use these kind of lipsticks, but this is super pigmented. I don't even think you'd need a lip liner for this. Just because it's so creamy, it's so easy to create the shape you want. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed with that. I think that looks stunning. And then of course I'm going to be trying out the lip gloss. Does this have a shade? I don't think it does. Oh, Love Spell. High Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Love Spell. I'm just going to take this on top. Oh my god. It smells incredible. This is stunning. This is like the most gorgeous thing I've ever had on my lips, I swear. And I can't even describe what it smells like. It smells like fudge. Yeah, that's it. It's fudge, isn't it? Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to be taking some NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray just to finish the look. And then, of course, just going to take some Lower Lash Mascara. Right, I'm just going to go and do my hair. and then I'll be right back to kind of give you my final thoughts on everything. Right guys, so this is basically the finished look. I am super impressed with this palette considering the price, considering how much you get for the price. I was not expecting the quality that this would be, honestly. The eyeshadows, as I said before, are literally the same as Anastasia eyeshadows, which are my favourite eyeshadows ever. I don't know about anyone else. The blush, super pigmented, and I love the shade. They've really like thought well on how the colours can all go together. Like this whole look just looks like it's so tied together. The highlight is so nice, honestly so pigmented. I just wish it was a few shades lighter, but that's just me, that's just because of my skin tone. I think for anyone else it would be the most incredible highlight ever. And the lips, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with these lips. I will be wearing these lips all the time, I bet. This lip gloss is going to be one of my favourite new lip glosses. Honestly, if you don't want to go for the whole subscription thing, I really recommend just purchasing this by itself. It's not sticky feeling at all. It's the nicest feeling lip gloss I think I've ever worn in my life, and it looks absolutely stunning as well. I can't even imagine what the dark pink lip would look like considering how pigmented the nude was. Like, I'm just obsessed with this palette, honestly. So yeah, that is basically my tutorial using the Deck of Scarlet Edition 8 palette. Remember that I do have a discount code for you guys. I will leave everything linked down below if you're interested. Honestly, well done. She won't be watching this, but well done Kim Zile on this palette. I am so shook. I think it's incredible. I think if I ever came out with a palette, I'd want it to literally be like this. I hope you guys enjoyed a more kind of simple glam with less products makeup tutorial. Let me know down below if you want to see any more of these kind of videos, because I know I do use a lot of products usually, and it's probably so overwhelming for people that aren't as into makeup as me. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video.